So hi, welcome to the Good Noise Podcast. I'm Shane,
I'm Glory.
and we're here with,
Matt.
And AJ from the Dangerous Summer.
and we're asking some questions to say about the upcoming album Coming Home. So congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response to it so far?
It's been really good. Yeah, what do you think, Matt? We were actually talking to these people today about it. It felt really good. Yeah, it feels good to listen to it too.
Yeah, it's been solid. We've had 3 singles coming out, or that have come out so far, and we have another one coming out in a few weeks. And I don't know, we're stoked. Like, especially like the first single, Coming Home. It's been getting a lot of like playlists and stuff, and I don't know, the response is like really great. So we're very happy.
Hell yeah, the album is awesome.
Oh yeah, it rocked.
Thank you. Cool. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
So, is there any meaning behind the album title or cover art?
Yeah, I think Coming Home kind of, when we were laying out the album, it kind of landed on that and the feeling, and I think around the song as well. Just the song idea came first, and then it kind of felt right. It felt like, especially after the pandemic, after everything we've all been through, all that shit, it feels like we're coming back to ourselves finally after a long time away, in a strange way. And we kind of in a way got the band back together. We have Josh Withenshaw playing guitar right now. He's toured live with us a bunch, and Christian's wacky, and it feels like we're coming back into ourselves and really finding a moment. There's a moment happening right now, and it feels like coming home.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Love that.
That's great.
And the cover art, is there any meaning behind that?
Yeah, so actually, like that, the artist actually kind of came to us through a friend, and we kind of like really waited it out with the album. We were like, who knows what it's going to be? We never know what the visual is supposed to be. We wait for like the universe kind of throw it our way. And my friend, we were hanging out with him in Denver, and we showed him a couple songs. He was like, I know who needs to do this. And this guy, Wavy Dan, shout out to Wavy Dan. And he gave us, we gave him a lot of emotions and feelings, and the way we feel like this album is colored in a way, like, and we let him listen to the album, and he's just like a true deep dude. He went into it and he just pulled that out, and he pulled out a lot of cool imagery that's kind of going to be involved inside the album. And really fucking badass.
Yeah,
He's so sick.
Hell yeah. So can you guys tell us a little bit about your writing process for this album?
Yeah, man, what do you think? You feel that guy?
Yeah. We so we had a few like demos from our last EP that we did, All That's Left of the Blue Sky. We called it the Big Sky Sessions, and a few of those we ended up using on this record, like Coming Home and some of the other songs. But then, I mean, honestly, the rest of it was because it was our first time working with Christian, our new drummer, and then Josh, our guitar player. And once we got in the studio, we kind of set up in a way where we could like write really like fluid and kind of like knock out like live song ideas almost. And the first like 3 or 4 songs, I think at least, were kind of like the process like that, where we would like jam for maybe 2-3 hours, kind of get like an idea down, and then like give AJ the demo, and then he would go back to his house, which is like a few blocks from the studio, and work on the vocals and stuff, and then come back. Other songs were kind of experimental, where we would have the song almost completely done in our eyes, like with the demo.
Mm-hmm.
And then AJ and I would like, or anybody would like start to like remix the song, almost like we get on our laptop and then try to like almost reproduce the song with different keyboards or synths and stuff like that. And then once we got done, we'd come back with Will, our producer, Will Beasley, and then he would kind of help us put like the final touches and like actually lay it down. So it was a new process, but it was really cool.
That's super interesting. Did you guys, so you jammed out a bunch of these song ideas. Did you wind up tracking any of it live, or was it all tracked like
part? Some of it is not live in the sense where it's all of us playing at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But our song Someday, the drums were actually the first idea. So like we had been recording all day for like 9-10 hours, and we had a few drinks at the end of the night, and like I started jamming this riff like right before we closed up shop, and we laid it down to a click, and then AJ took it home, started work on some lyrics. But then the next day, Christian, our drummer, sat down, and he didn't know what he was gonna do. He just like was all like mic'd up and stuff. And then his first take of him figuring out the song, and even when he stopped and then started up again, that's actually the take that
Oh
we kept.
wow.
Oh wow.
And the take for Big Green Eyes when Josh was playing acoustic, that's the take that we kept. Like there's multiple first and second takes on this record, even vocally all the way down to guitars, keyboards, drums, everything. There's a lot of live natural stuff on this record that we've never really done.
That's wild.
That's so sick. I love when that happens.
Yeah,
magical
super natural.
Magical moments, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So what song off this album took the longest to write, and which one is each of your own personal favorite?
Wow, I definitely say Coming Home. We had the idea for Coming Home at the EP days, and it should have been on it, but it was just kind of, I couldn't find the vocal vibe for it. I just couldn't crack it. And wait, what was the other part of the question? I forget the other part.
Which one is your favorite? Both of your own
Well,
favorites.
I really like Big Green Eyes. Big Green Eyes. Personally, I wrote it for my daughter, so it means the world to me.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Yeah, I think for me it'd be Someday or Goodbye. One of those two. So
All right.
Dang.
So how'd the track list for your album come about? Did you guys write the opener be the opener, closer be closer? Did you shuffle around, see what fits? What was that process like?
Shuffling, and honestly, I think Matt was the guru of this. Matt has a good sense of moving around. He always makes these playlists, and we eventually figured it out. Like, I think one of the first times, right, Matt? I mean, how close?
I think it was the second try. So I always love doing this because like once we get all the demos or like even like the first mixes of the songs, I like going from like track 1 to 10 or 12 and putting them all on the playlist in like Pro Tools or Ableton, and then almost like mixing them together, like the ending of one, then the start of the next. And I think I did one, and everybody was like, "Oh, like I kind of dig it, but we should move a little bit around." And then the second try, we got it. So I love track listing. It's one of my favorite parts of like the process. So.
When you're like creating a track list, do you have a certain thing in mind? Like some of the people we speak to, it's like the flow. Some people it's vinyl. Like, do you have a specific thing in mind when you're doing it?
For me, at least, it's always like, what's the anchor? What's the start? And then like with Coming Home, especially with that kind of like revved up like sound in the beginning where it starts like slowly and then it kind of gets like faster, that seemed kind of like everybody, like general consensus, like everyone thought that would be the opener. And then after that, like we pack a few songs in the first like 3 or 4 that make sense. And then if you have been going hard, if there's a lot of like kind of like upbeat or rock tracks in the beginning, I like slowing it down a little bit around 4 or 5 and then kind of slowly ascending back up until the end. But I don't know. It's honestly, you have no fucking clue what you're doing at all. You're just kind of, you're just guessing the entire time and hoping that people like it. It's just whatever kind of seems to make sense at times.
It's like it's important in a sense, but then like the people don't know anything else, like any different. So it's like the way you present it to them is the way they're going to consume it, unless they shuffle it.
For sure. Sometimes you'll show it to the label or other people, and they're like, "Oh, I think you should have done this." And it's just whatever makes sense to us because we're just writing it for us in the beginning and hoping people dig it later.
For sure.
But yeah, we're just trying to figure it out ourselves. What would we want to listen to ourselves?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think it's cool we're doing like 5 singles on this. It's like, with the Spotify, you gotta kind of have lots of singles so that you can gain importance in those tracks, because otherwise it's like, man, song like 9 on the album just gets fucked. Like it's like people like to close there and like I feel like you always put like your shittiest song like kind of right at the end, but and it's just like it's gonna get no play compared to the rest, sadly. But you just have to pick good singles and do a lot of singles these days.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's a different world. People we're in the TikTok generation. They don't even want a whole song. They want 30 seconds.
Exactly.
15 seconds. Yeah.
15 seconds and like just an annoying amount of singles.
Yeah.
That's it. It is weird. I was talking about that with my girlfriend. She's like, man, there's these songs and they're so big on TikTok. And I'm like, I actually really like this. And then they play the real version. It's either that same thing over and over again, or it's like the rest of the song is just so different and trash. You know, it's like, it's weird. It's like they balance it also. If that 15 seconds is perfect, like that's the kaboom. You know,
that makes your whole career.
Yep.
Yeah, wild shit, man. Wild shit.
Ridiculous. So, would you guys be able to tell us where Headspace is at while you're creating this record?
Ooh, yeah. I think it was a really peaceful time. It was beautiful, and I think you know, there's an iteration of the band. Me, Matt, Josh, and Christian. We just had a really good experience all together, pushing each other. I think everybody fired off on all cylinders, and we're all really proud of each other. I think everyone has very special moments on the album. And we all feel like we dug something out of ourselves that we didn't know we had beforehand. So, and that's the beauty of it. That's like what makes it all worth it. That's why we love to do it. You know, you find these little pieces that you never knew existed, and it's fucking awesome. You know.
For sure. I'm very happy to hear it was peaceful and not like, you know, gut wrenching or just like an awful experience, because we get that a lot where it's like, oh my God, so much bad stuff happened and that's why this album's here. But I'm happy to hear that overall, like, it was creating it was a good experience.
It was very positive. Yeah.
That's
awesome.
Yeah, like it was kind of it gets stressful, but it's good. We need the stress. Like when it's coming down, we're like, oh fuck. We have 5 days left.
Exactly.
And it's like, fuck, you know, but the good stress. We had good stress, yeah.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Wait, so you guys are like the Down to the Wire band?
Yeah, like we love pushing to it whenever, you know, like I like AJ was saying, I mean, the last 5 days seemed stressful, but we wrote 2 or 3 songs within the last week. And especially like right down to the wire. And that was kind of when the war was starting to break out between Russia and Ukraine and stuff. So we have some stuff we talk about in that, like on the record. And it was it's kind of sick.
Man. Yeah, and yeah, it was a really that's what was strange about it. It's like, man, post COVID, and then we wake up and I remember we're like, man, did you hear like Russia's going to war? It's like, are we going to war? Like, it's just like everything feels weird. You're just like, what the fuck is going on outside of this room that we've been stuck in for 2 months? But man, yeah, it's a surreal experience, and we just can't wait to go back in and do it again. Let's keep going. Yeah.
We're ready.
So you guys are a band that likes to write in the studio, because you're talking about writing songs in the studio. So you guys don't go in with a full album fleshed out already.
Yeah, no. I mean, we come in with a fuck ton of ideas. Like, we had so many demos. But it's just kind of like finding the heart and the soul in the song. It's like, you know, like, especially for me as a lyricist, there's a lot more instrumentals that I just haven't cracked the code yet. Because, man, it's just hard to find. It's hard to find it. And it's hard to find something that you really, really care about. And that, you know, you're not making anything of. It's all just you. It's your literal diary or your journal. It's like, it's just the care that goes into us telling our accurate and true story is important to us in a way. Yeah,
that makes sense.
For sure.
So how do you recommend your fans to listen to this album for the first time? Should they do it in the car with friends, in the dark with headphones on? Is it a workout album, party album? What do you personally recommend?
Yeah, that's a hard one. I do feel like, I would love to hear the varieties. I think variety is great. Like, yeah, man, like maybe someone's a runner. They're going on a run. They're like, fuck yeah, I ran however many miles you can do that in 40 minutes. Who knows? It'd probably be like 2 for me, you know. But fucking you know, like in epic moments, like in life-changing moments. And I was talking about this earlier today. We were me and Matt were on the phone, and about how like inspiring wise, man, I totally lost my train of thought.
No, I know what you're saying. It's like it depends on like the situation you are in life.
There you go.
If you're going through some shit, some positive stuff, negative stuff, anything like a pivotal moment in your life, this is like, it's it'll mean something different to every single person. So it's kind of hard to say like this definitely isn't like a party record. This isn't like anything like that. This is something that I think will mean different things to different people. And if anything, like I just off the top of my head, maybe like at first it would be a personal one, but like I could totally see sitting around with your friends too. It could be something that you could all kind of relate if you were talking with each other about like different songs, because I just feel like each song is going to hit differently to different people. So
and how it's all tied to personal moments in your life. And music's such a personal thing. It's like, you know, it's like religion in a way, where it's like only you will truly understand how you feel about that, you know, and you can't really show anyone what that's like. You know, you can just live it and live it alone in a way. But yeah, it's meant to be shared. But yeah, just perspective wise, you know, everyone's gonna have their own attachment to it, you know.
For sure.
Completely agree. Sure. So this one should be super, super quick off the top of your heads. I want you guys to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words. 3 words each, no more, no less.
All right. Ooh. Wow.
You want to go first, Matt?
Maybe like, this is it. I don't know.
Oh, I like that one.
Wow, this is it. Yeah, I like that. I'll say like heavy, light, and deep.
All right.
There you go.
There you go.
That's great.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want listeners to have while going through the album?
Well, that's a hard one. Yeah, I think I do hope just like people, find ways to relate to it and apply it to their own life. You know, and I think that's really important, is to kind of find your own meaning in the lyrics and find your own like peace within the song and what it means to you. You know, like I think I hope everyone has a great personal journey with it. You know, but. Yeah, but we had a good time, man. It's an album of love. It's an album of, you know, like thoughtfulness of life, and it's an album coming out of the pandemic. And you know, I think even the song that we're about to release, Sideways, it's like, you know, it's kind of like we're in the middle of this fucking pandemic. Like, where are we? Like, what's going on? I don't get it. You know, it was a weird time when a lot of this was going on. So there's a lot of emotion in there, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. And speaking of all the good times you guys had while making this record, what is your favorite memory that you made while creating the record?
Nice segue.
Thank you.
Wow, favorite memory. We did some fun stuff, man. It was just, I mean, it's hard to encapsulate one moment, but just, I really like the really late nights. Like we'd be up until like 2-3 a.m. and then we'd start a new idea, and it'd be like those like the middle of the night ideas are just like magic, you know. We were just like hyped as fuck, you know. That's the thing, is we've been doing this for so long where it's like we're just happy to be here. We're just so happy to be able to, you know, we're able to go in a room together and create music and, you know, drink, just get drunk and, you know, do some drugs, like have some fun, you know, like it's awesome, you know. It's we're just stoked to do that. We savor every minute. We don't sleep much at all, but we just dive into it. It's like a swimming pool, you know, like we're jumping off the fucking high dive into it, you know, so we love it.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
Matt, any moments?
I mean, same, anything from like 2 to 6 or 7 a.m. Sometimes we'd stay up till the sunrise, and like Will's studio was he has a new one now that we're about to go into for another record we're gonna start working on for like next year. But his old one didn't really have any windows that like showed the outside at all. So once you were in the control room, I mean, it could be, you know, 2 p.m. or 4 a.m, and you couldn't really tell. It's like Vegas, you know. It's like stay up all night. Like and so it's, I don't know. I agree. Like a lot of those late nights, writing ideas, like where we had no clue what we were doing. Like some of them, you know, we would be a little too crazy, but some we would actually like take that and then start the idea the next day. Once we woke up, we'd be like, oh shit, I don't even really remember like working on that. Like, this is cool. Let's develop this.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think those for sure were, because we really wrote like 90% of the record in the studio. So it was mostly just kind of off the top of the head stuff. So.
All right. So you mentioned you're going and you're writing. You're going to start working on a new record. Are you guys going to do a similar thing where you like go in and like write a majority of the record in the studio, or have you been working on stuff outside of the studio?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna write the majority, but we have just so many demos where there's still songs, and that's where a lot of them become where it's kind of like, hey, I'm not sure, like, not that I'm not sure, but it's like, in time I'll find the words. Like I don't lose faith in any of the songs. I'm just like, okay, it'll give it to me when it gives it to me. The universe, it's like it's not up to me,
Yeah, it happens.
I know that sounds wishy-washy, but
there's something that happens too once we get in the studio. Like, even if something has taken a long time to like work on, or I don't know, just the stuff that comes out when we're all together, that seems like the stuff that makes the record. The stuff we do independently and send back and forth is cool. It just doesn't actually come to fruition until the end. So
fair enough.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So picture this: you're on tour, you're at a gas station for a rest stop. What is your snack of choice?
Oh man, see, this is like I hate it because I always go to a gas station and I'm high as a kite and I'm like, God damn, what do I get? Like, it's so hard, it's like, fuck, I lately, man, it's been a minute since I've done this, but the last time I went to 7-Eleven, I went for the sour gushers. They have the bags of the gushers now. And then I'll get like, a cherry Coke. Cherry Coke. And then, like I'd get some salty to go with that for fun, like maybe just some classic orange Doritos, like nothing beats a classic,
Yeah, can't go wrong with that. I'm more of a Cool Ranch guy myself, I think.
Or
like,
me too.
I know it sounds lame, but like the veggies, sometimes they have like a little like snack pack of the veggies if you're like a Wawa or like Sheetz,
Yeah, Matt's a healthy guy. Matt's a
Those are
vegan too. He eats a lot better than I do, 100%.
Secretly, I eat terribly, but
when you're out on the road, you got to try to eat healthy,
Yeah, and we do. We go to, like, Matt's always like, let's go to a steak dinner. Like, he's always like, let's. Or, not. I mean, it's been a minute. It's been since you were vegan, but you were like, I don't know. You always want to get sushi. Anything that sounds prima, you're like, yes.
Yeah, I love sushi. I do love sushi. I go every fucking day if I could. Or pho. I love pho too.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good hangover cure.
Yeah, honestly, any Asian food, I could just only eat that for the rest of my life. Like the spices, soy sauce, and the variety. It's great.
It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like it's healthier, but maybe that's probably not true.
It seems like it.
It feels healthier going down, so that's what matters.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can convince you. Like, rice feels healthier than pasta, but is it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But like when you mix the two, like in a lo mein, it's like, is it really?
Yeah, that's trouble. Yeah. Like, rice is like all carbohydrates too, isn't it? I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, it's a good carbs.
It's a grain. I don't know.
Okay, we like grains. Yeah.
We do.
An ancient grain.
Ancient grains. There we go.
Yeah.
Very ancient.
Matt, did you have a gas station snack?
Mine was the
veggie tray.
The veggies or the Doritos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always into those.
It depends on what time of night, man. I've seen you walk out with some weird.
I also like White Claw. I'm drinking White Claw right here. Shout out White Claw. Mango is my favorite. So
nice.
I do love on the last tour when fucking our bus driver would stop at these gas stations. We'd be fucking blitzed out of our mind. Walking into these people living normal, like they're waking up for work, and we're just like, what the
5 in the morning?
Like, we're staring at the frozen burrito for like 10 minutes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's fun.
Good times.
JK, we're just kidding, but now.
Yeah, just kidding. We're super sober.
Just the one drinking a White Claw right now.
Right.
I know, yeah.
So,
you like my car, though? I got lights. You see my car?
Yeah, I like your lights, dude.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
I'm at Red Rocks right now. I'm about to go see Goo Goo Dolls.
Nice.
Oh, that's so cool. They're the ones with the Iris song, right?
Yeah, can you see the Red Rocks right there?
Oh, that's so cool.
What time does the show start? You're not like running.
It's already started, but I'm chilling with you guys right now.
What?
You
no,
go.
No, it's all good. They don't play for another like half hours.
So okay.
All right. Well, we won't hold you for another half hour. So
yeah.
Yeah. No
okay.
worries.
Cool.
We're chilling.
I'm jealous you're seeing the Goo Goo Dolls though. Yeah, Jay hooked it up, right?
Jay hooked it up, dude. He hooked up passes and everything. Awesome.
That's sick. I'm jealous that you're at Red Rocks. That's like a bucket list venue.
So my wife Tiana and I, we live about 15 minutes from here. We're pretty close.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Just down the street. Yeah. I'm in Denver and AJ. He's in North Carolina right now, but he lives in Richmond.
Yeah, wow. I'm at Emerald Isle. I'm at the beach right now. I'm on vacay.
Nice.
He's on vacay.
So you guys are both doing this when you shouldn't really be doing press. Go.
No, I
enjoy your time.
Yeah.
No, we're chilling. We're chilling. This is what we do.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, we're all about it.
Yeah.
We love talking to people and we love spreading the gospel, the good news of our music.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. So back to the questions. If the project was a dish, what dish would the band be and why?
Oh. Huh. That's philosophical. I'm thinking about my favorite food. Is it like, should it equate to my favorite food? Because I love spaghetti and meat sauce, or meatballs.
I think that's perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah, it's like, it's hearty. It's probably bad for you,
a nice spaghetti bolognese,
But it tastes good. But it tastes good, and there's a cannoli that comes right after.
Oh yeah.
But you're set up. I'm gonna do tofu with garlic sauce from my favorite Chinese food place in Denver called Pepper.
I do love Pepper.
Pepper is so good.
Yeah.
All right.
Both sound delicious.
So for the last couple questions, we're going to shift completely away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Oh, fuck, man. That would be sad to be on death row.
Yeah, it would suck.
I'd probably get spaghetti and meatballs, man. Spaghetti and meatballs, yeah. With maybe a cherry Coke, Cherry Coke.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I would do.
That's such a better person than me. You're gonna have such a better answer.
No, I'm not at all. I was trying to dude,
is it gonna be whiskey? Is your last drink gonna be whiskey? Can I guess?
My last drink is definitely gonna be Jim Beam.
Yeah.
For the
sponsor us, Jim Beam. That's a good answer.
Yeah. What's the Jim Beam with a cyanide pill? There you go.
Oh hell yeah!
So you're killing yourself before they kill you.
Yes. Yeah. So I win.
What's the food? Do you want?
No, that's my food. I don't need any food. You go with an empty stomach, you're good.
So you just want to win.
Yeah, it'll kill you faster.
So you don't want to enjoy a meal. You just want to win. You want to kill yourself.
Yeah. They're gonna
have the last
you,
laugh.
You get the last laugh. You're good. You get cyanide pill. You get your shot. You're good.
Yeah, I'd want to rip a little bit of ketamine. I do love.
Yeah, there you go.
JK, I'm just kidding.
Great answers.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Ooh.
Wow, holy shit.
I know this one. The Avatar world. That seems pretty cool.
Wow.
I can't remember the name of the planet, but there's a bunch of those like flying Pandora. Yeah, it's a bunch of like.
But do you think they have like TVs and iPhones? Like, what would you do there? You'd be kind of boring.
Dude, you would ride around on those like crazy horses that have wings and shit, and you'd go hang out with the trees that like glow and stuff at night. It'd be pretty cool. I think so.
Wow, that's such a good answer. Fuck, what would I do?
Maybe Star Wars.
Any fake world, fake world. I want it to be happy, like I want a lot of happiness there. I'm trying to think, like, what's a good happy movie? Like The Truman Show. I'd be in the bubble and I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
All right.
I like that.
Yeah, that's good. It's actually really, really good.
All right.
Is that good? Cool.
Yeah, that's good.
Man, I love Jim Carrey. What a guy. What a fucking guy.
Yeah, he's awesome. Good artist too.
So I have the honor of asking the last question, and every single person that we've spoken to have said that it is the most important question. What's your favorite color?
I'm orange. Yeah, I've always been orange. It's a little wild. I like to get wild, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Black for sure.
Okay. All right.
Black.
So as I said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you guys would like to plug?
Oh yeah, we would like to say, hey, we're releasing an album August 26th called Coming Home. Many singles coming out, many already came out. Check us out, tdsmerch.com, thedangeroussummer.us. We're going to be on tour, UK, Europe, September, October. Coming back to America and doing a tour in November that we're about to announce. So we'll see everyone soon.
All right. Well, thank you for now. This guy's been AJ and Matt from The Dangerous Summer, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.